Hello, this presentation regarding a proposed countywide road millage is being given by Daryl Cass, Engineer Manager of the Menominee County Road Commission. The presentation builds off a previous presentation given to the Menominee County Board at their meeting held on February 28, 2024. A brief summary of the organizational structure of the Menominee County Road Commission is illustrated here in our 2024 organizational chart. The Road Commission currently has 40 full-time employees and has a governing board consisting of 3 elected commissioners whom each serve 6-year terms. Overview of the Road Commission. The Menominee County Road Commission is a sub-department of the county. However, it has its own governing board with publicly elected officials. As I mentioned earlier, the Menominee County Road Commission currently consists of 40 full-time staff, 31 of those staff being union members and represented by a local bargaining unit. The Road Commission has 3 maintenance facilities covering the 1,128 miles of county road. Our winter operations consist of a fleet of 24 plow trucks and 6 motor graders. Summer maintenance includes maintaining all of the 1,128 miles of county road, including 570 miles of gravel roads maintained by a fleet of 6 graders. The Road Commission also has a contract with the Michigan Department of Transportation as a maintenance contract to maintain the state trunk line highways of M35, US 2 and 41 throughout Menominee County. Overview of the Road Commission continued. The Road Commission currently has 71 bridge structures on the National Bridge Inventory. Of those 71, 62 are in good fair condition, 5 are in poor, and 4 are in serious critical. It's important to note that all of these structures are inspected by a licensed professional either bi-yearly or annually. Currently, it's estimated that if one of these bridges was to fail or a road be closed due to its failure, it would cost $600,000 to $1.5 million to replace. Construction funding received by the Road Commission comes in 2 forms, federal aid and state aid. Between these 2 sources, the Road Commission receives about $1 million per year. It's important to note that these dollars can only be spent on federal aid eligible roads only, which are typically primary roads. It is also important to note that there is a 20% match required by the Road Commission to utilize this funding. The Road Commission has 2 classifications of county roads. The primary network, which I mentioned before, is typically the federal aid eligible roads. That network consists of 448 miles. The Road Commission also has a local road network that consists of 680 miles. Most of the Road Commission's operating revenue comes through the source of the Michigan Transportation Fund. The Road Commission receives roughly $6.9 million per year from this fund. The dollars received from the Michigan Transportation Fund are dollars collected at the state level from gas taxes, registration fees, license fees, and marijuana taxes. These general operating dollars of the Road Commission are used to pay our labor costs, fleet maintenance, to match our federal and state aid dollars, and to purchase materials and fuel. In some circumstances, the Road Commission sets aside funds to match township priority projects or uses any leftover discretionary funds for primary road preservation. It's important to note that improvements on the local system through our participation policy at the Road Commission, and due to the lack of funds, we rely on townships for any improvements in the local system. On a side note, in ranking the Menominee County Road Commission's road network compared to the other 14 counties within the UP, the Road Commission ranks number 1 in primary road miles and number 3 in local road miles. However, when comparing the funding received at the Road Commission compared to the other 14 counties within the UP, the Road Commission ranks number 5. As depicted in the pie chart shown here, the current paved road conditions within Menominee County are 56% in poor condition and 44% in the good, fair condition. Statewide goals adopted by the County Road Association of Michigan and also adopted by the Michigan Department of Transportation aim for 90% good, fair for the primary routes and 60% good, fair for the local roads. You can see here in Menominee, there is definitely room for improvement on both our primary and our local system. How did we get here? In the 60s and early 70s, there was a push to pave and to get people out of the dust and mud. The road commission was a lot bigger than it is today and could produce their own aggregates and pave with its own forces. Oil was a lot cheaper. However, when paving locally on county roads, base conditions were not taken into consideration. In the 80s and 90s, the gas tax remained stagnant at 17 cents per gallon. It was increased by 2 cents per gallon in 1997. The gas tax remained stagnant until 2015, and it was never indexed for inflation. Over this 30-year plus period, Michigan ranked last in per capita spending on roads compared to other states in the nation. In 2015, this was recognized, and the gas tax was then increased to 26.3 cents per gallon. Recently, in 2022, the gas tax was given a legislative mandate to increase annually based on inflation. However, this was capped at 5%. Recent inflation has been seen to be around 7 to 9%, which means the gas tax is still not being adjusted appropriately. How did we get here continued? What has happened during decades of underspending on roads? When it came time to repair roads paved in the 60s and 70s, the base corrections needed to be considered. However, base corrections are very costly and less roads could get fixed year after year. Couple this with the cost of road materials going up, the cost of labor going up, and inflation, less and less roads were being fixed each year. With stagnant funding, the Road Commission found itself downsized to a maintenance organization. What is going to happen? The Michigan Transportation Fund is going to continue to decline, considering less gas tax being collected. This is due to the fact of higher efficiency vehicles needing less fuel to go longer miles, and also with the introduction of the electric vehicle. Construction costs continue to rise. For example, $1 spent on road work in 2020 is worth about 65 cents. A 35% drop in 3 years in the value of the dollar for road work. Material and fuel costs continue to rise, currently being up 30 to 40% since COVID, and labor costs, inflation, and cost of living continue to rise. What can the Road Commission continue to do? The Road Commission will continue to provide winter maintenance service. Throughout winter operations, the primary goal of the Road Commission is to remove snow and ice from the roadways. During summer maintenance activities, the Road Commission will fix drainage issues, pothole patch, grade gravel roads, and perform guardrail repairs, all while addressing safety concerns that affect the motoring public. The goal of the Road Commission is to provide a safe transportation network. However, continuing deteriorations of the roads may affect the safety conditions of the roads and bridges. Our current funding levels will result in roads and bridges continuing to decline over the years. With increased funding, we can improve the county road and bridge system and give better and safer roads back to the public. What can the Road Commission do now is maintain status quo on the level of service and preserve our roads as best we can and keep them as safe as possible. As mentioned previously, the Road Commission is expecting a drop in its revenues due to the decline of the Michigan Transportation Fund. A couple reasons for this are people aren't buying as much gas as they used to, and 40% of the Michigan Transportation Fund dollars that the Road Commission receives comes from the gas tax. Other reasons are the success of the electric vehicle, in which the electric vehicle is not purchasing any fuel, therefore the state is not collecting any gas tax from the electric vehicle. Other reasons are because of the higher fuel efficiency of our cars. Cars are simply going longer without having to refuel as often. Currently, the construction and improvement costs to maintain the road system are going up. Today, I estimate to resurface a paved road with new blacktop, $250,000 per mile. To preserve a paved road with a chip seal, $60,000 per mile. To resurface a gravel road with new gravel, $20,000 per mile. And those costs are expected to increase as well. Couple this with equipment costs. A single plow truck currently to be purchased for the Road Commission, outfitted with all the necessary equipment, you're looking at $330,000 plus. A new grader would cost the Road Commission about $350,000 plus. It is important to note that with this millage proposal, it is solely for improvement to the road system. Road Commission equipment will not be considered when using the millage revenue if successfully passed. What are some options for additional revenue for roads within Menominee County? Two options would be federal and state aid. However, federal and state aid programs only allow aid to be spent on federal aid eligible roads, which are the primary roads throughout Menominee County. That would leave 680 miles of local roads unfunded and without a funding source, as it currently is today. We can always push for more funding from Lansing and Washington, but how long can we wait? We have had success with the county board through programs like the three-way road program and the ARPA road program. However, with limited funds at the county level, it seems unlikely that additional dollars would be set aside for roads. Taxes. Property taxes do not always go towards roads. A common misnomer is that property taxes do go towards roads. Menominee County only has 2 townships out of the 14 that have dedicated property taxes that go towards roads. Bonding. Bonding is essentially borrowing, and the Road Commission would need to pay those back. Millages. Menominee County currently has 1 township with a dedicated township road millage. What are other counties doing? 11 out of the 15 counties within the Upper Peninsula have 3 or more township millages dedicated to roads, or they have a countywide road millage. What would a road millage cost you? An example would be $200,000 property with a taxable value of $100,000. At 1.5 mils, that would be a total of $150 per year that would go towards the road millage. I am hopeful that the information that I've shared with you here today illustrates the great need for improvements and safety to the road system here in Menominee County. With that being said, at their meeting held on March 26, 2024, the Menominee County Board of Commissioners approved placing countywide road millage language on the August 6, 2024 ballot. That ballot proposal will propose a 1.5 mils per year for 5 years through 2028. The ballot language is as follows. Menominee County Road Maintenance and Repair Millage Proposal. Shall the County of Menominee be authorized to levy up to 1.5 mils against all taxable property within Menominee County for a period of 5 years, 2024 to 2028 inclusive, for the sole purpose of funding local and primary road and bridge maintenance and repair in the townships, City of Menominee, City of Stevenson, Village of Powers, Village of Kearney, and Village of Daggett. If approved and levied in full, this millage will raise an estimated $1,395,660 for local and primary road and bridge maintenance and repair in the townships, City of Menominee, City of Stevenson, Village of Powers, Village of Kearney, and Village of Daggett for the first calendar year. The millage revenues will be dispersed to the Menominee County Road Commission, the City of Menominee, the City of Stevenson, the Village of Powers, and the Village of Kearney, and the Village of Daggett, in accordance with state law. In accordance with state law, a portion of the millage may be dispersed to the City of Menominee Downtown Development Authority and Menominee County Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions regarding the Countywide Road Millage or this presentation, please don't hesitate to contact any of those listed below. We would be happy to answer any questions you may have.